on that. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has praised Prime Minister Modi for lifting curbs on hydroxychloroquine. In a tweet today, he says, "This will not be forgotten." He has acknowledged India's generosity at a time when the number of COVID-19 cases is higher in the United States than any other country in the world. But what does India gain from this? Take a look.
Your attention, please. Those of you that need translation.
Extraordinary times require even closer cooperation between friends. Thank you, India, and the Indian people for your decision. It will not be forgotten. Thank you, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for your strong leadership in helping not just India, but humanity in this fight. You heard those words, right? That was a tweet late last night by President Donald Trump. 4 sentences that have reverberated across a world fighting a common enemy. The unprecedented words of praise coming a day after India agreed to a US request to release consignments of hydroxychloroquine for the US market. Trump's hugely significant tweet comes after these 2 comments of his.
India does very well with the United States. For many years, they've been taking advantage of the United States on trade. So I would be surprised if that were his decision. He'd have to tell me that. I spoke to him Sunday morning, called him, and I said, we'd appreciate your allowing our supply to come out. If he doesn't allow it to come out, that would be okay. But of course, there may be retaliation.
We have more than 29 million doses, and that's a lot. And we have others. I spoke with Prime Minister Modi. They have a lot of it comes out of India, and I asked him if it would be okay if he released it. He was great. He was really good. It was, they put a stop because they want it for India.
While the word retaliation was the source of some politics in India, you've just heard the US president's comments in full, and you can decide for yourself if it was indeed overhyped as a threat.
Common values and our shared.
But there are 4 words from Trump's tweet that stand out most for what they signify. It will not be forgotten. A rare show of gratitude by the world's most powerful nation to the world's most trusted rising power. And while Prime Minister Modi has received the significant new dynamic by underscoring Indo-US friendship, American gratitude at a time when the US has the highest number of active COVID-19 cases in the world could mean very important gains for India going forward. While the US shouldn't be expected to act selflessly, India's generosity could possibly mean early access to US COVID-19 vaccines. It strengthens India's position in trade deal negotiations, could lead to US market access for Indian pharma companies. The generosity highlights India as a savior as opposed to China's scavenging business ethic. And finally, in a post-COVID-19 world, US investment could help India fight economic damage and job loss. The Trump-Modi chemistry is significant, and this week's bonhomie will be watched closely by the world. The oldest and largest democracies coming together could only mean the fight against coronavirus just got stronger. Bureau Report, India Today. And coming up next, quarantine couldn't stop a World War II veteran from showing off his dance moves. Special report